Hey friends, it's TravPlay, and today I'm going to show you how to beat Villager. Keep in mind that my guide won't cover everything, and in the end, usually the better player will win most matchups. But these tips and visual examples will improve your character knowledge, so you'll know what to look out for. I'd also like to thank everyone who contributed to give me info regarding Villager's strengths and weaknesses. You're awesome. For competitive stage picking, choose larger stages such as Town and City or Kalos, because that will give you wiggle room to deal with the villagers camping. And as for counter picks, the fast characters with a great approach are good picks against Villager. And then give them reflectors to boot, like with Fox and Palatina, and Villagers in big trouble. Villager is strong against the slow heavies and characters with awful recoveries. Most pros rank Villager as mid-tier, usually higher than Isabel. Now to help you consistently beat Villager, I'll show you moves to respect and weaknesses to exploit. Let's get right into it. While Isabel and Villager may have many similarities, I feel like they had enough differences to merit a separate video. But to avoid redundancy, I'm not going to talk about Villager's slingshot and pocket, since I already covered that in depth in my video about Isabel. So check that one out first. Okay, so after you've seen how to respect the slingshot and pocket, let's get into the moves that make Villager different, and often better than Isabel. Number 1 is the Lloid Rocket. Isabel's goes vertical, but Villager's goes horizontal. He can choose to let it fly, or get on and ride it, which can be a recovery mix-up. Now as the rocket flies at you, you've got a few flowchart options. Jump. This is the most common option, and Villager often expects it, so he'll usually slingshot you in the air, but be prepared to jump higher with a double jump, air dodge, or cancel it with an aerial of your own. Shield. A great option, but watch out for Villager to try and grab you. Be prepared to spot dodge the grab. Roll. Since the Lloid Rocket is slow, you can easily time a roll through it, but Villager could attack you after the roll, so use this option as a mix-up. Attack. Right after the Villager launches the Lloid Rocket, there's a small moment where you can attack him and the rocket, and your attack will hit Villager and make the rocket explode. You just have to make sure your timing is right, or else you'll get hit by the rocket. Other. There are plenty of other options you can have depending on your character. You can counter or reflect the rocket, or even throw projectiles at it and blow it up. But keep in mind, if you reflect it, Villager can pocket it. Also, when Villager launches Lloid Rocket in the air, it makes him pause for a second. When he does this on stage, it's usually to bait you to try and attack his landing. But he knows you'll do that, and he'll easily go around your attack and punish you. Don't fall for this. Make sure to adapt to your opponent's habits. Another unique move for Villager is his Timber, a 3-step move where first he plants a seed, second he waters it and it grows into a tree, and finally he takes 2 chops to cut the tree down, which can do a ton of damage, or potentially break your shield. Fun fact, Villager's water has a small wind box that could gimp you. When the tree grows, it does a significant amount of damage and shield damage. Make sure to keep your distance when Villager waters that plant. Watch out for Villager's axe. Sometimes Villager knows you will try to steal clear of the tree, so he'll approach you and swing his axe at you, which comes out fast and can easily KO you. He can use his axe if the tree is grown anywhere on the stage. When the tree is cut down, it is a projectile, so it can be reflected or pocketed. Villager will often cut the tree down as you're trying to get up from the ledge. If you can do a jump get up before the tree falls, then go for it. But if the tree's already falling, then do a normal get up just as the tree hits, and your invincibility will keep you safe. The tree will remain on stage for about 14 seconds, but you can hit the tree with projectiles, which makes it disappear a little sooner. And in case it isn't already obvious, stay away from the tree. Don't get treed. Villager is great at edgeguarding. Like Isabel, his slingshot is great at keeping you away from the stage, and he has a fantastic recovery, so it's easy for him to jump far off the stage and gimp you with pretty much any of his aerials. His down air with the triple turnips is a meteor smash, and on top of that, his forward smash drops a deadly bowling ball off the stage, which will stop most vertical recoveries. You need to recover around it, or if your character can, reflect it. Villager is great at camping. He often plants his tree and then shoots slingshots and Lloid Rockets at you. And if you try to camp him back with projectiles, his tree will block them, or he can pocket them. You gotta be creative with your approach and adapt to Villager's habits. But don't be too hasty. Villager will make quick work on a triggered player who keeps trying the same approach over and over. Sometimes your best tactic is to stay back and wait for an opening. This is why bigger stages are helpful in my opinion. It can give you the space to maneuver around his slingshots and Lloid Rockets. As I mentioned before, Villager has a great recovery. Not only does his balloon trip cover a lot of ground, but it protects him from most attacks from above. And then he has Lloid Rocket, which can mix up his recovery. Here's 2 tips to edgeguard Villager. First is to get below the stage and attack Villager from the side where his balloons can't protect him. And second is to watch his habits and anticipate when he will launch his Lloid Rocket, usually about the height of the stage, and then attack just as he starts launching it, like this. And for all you casual players out there, here's Villager's final smash, Dream Home. His initial attack reaches directly in front of him, so stay behind, above, and away from him when he's got his smash meter ready. Before I get into the weaknesses, please hit the like button and subscribe if you want more content like this. I'd really appreciate it and it helps a ton. Now on to Villager's weaknesses. First off, he has below average mobility with the 4th slowest dashing speed in the game. That's where Villager usually resorts to camping, but once you close that gap, it can be hard for Villager to get away. Another weakness is reflectors, but you might be thinking, TravPlay, Villager can pocket anything to reflect back at him. That's true with his Lloid Rocket, but not for his slingshot, bowling ball, or tree. He doesn't have the time to pocket that. So if you got a reflector, then wait for these moves to come out and reflect away. Villager's grab is extremely slow, with both a lot of startup and end lag, so it's easy to avoid. And make sure you do, because his back throw is one of the strongest ones in the game. Villager struggles to KO, and that's not too surprising for a character who resorts to camping so much. And most of his powerful moves aren't easy to land, so if you play slippery, you can usually outlast Villager. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe for more. Also, check out my playlist of how to beat every character in Smash Ultimate. There's a lot of info there, and let me know which character you'd like me to do next. See ya!